Hi, my name is Carlos and you can call me Charlie. And I am Enrique. And today we are going to talk about reported speech. First, we need to explain what reported speech is. And we can say that reported speech is used to express an idea that was said by someone else. And it depends on the context and the information that the other person said. For example, we have the direct speech in order to express the exact words from the other person. For example, we can say, I can ask Enrique, how do you feel today, Enrique? I'm feeling good, thank you. Okay, nice. So, for example, I can say, he said that he is feeling well, and that is the direct speech. I'm using the direct quotation, the direct information from him. Okay? And now, Enrique, can you help me to provide them some examples using the reported speech? Yeah, sure, Charlie. So, let's see some examples using the reported speech. For example, if I ask you, Charlie, what time is it? But be careful, I'm not asking you the time. Just report that information, please. Okay. You asked me what time it was, right? Magnificent, exactly, good. So that is the reported speech, because he's not saying my exact words, but using the general meaning of my question in this case. Okay, so that's the use of the reported speech. Now, we need to talk about that in reported speech, we normally use three different verbs. We use say, we use tell, and we use ask. So these three verbs are the principal verbs that we can use in order to report information by someone else. Okay, so let's see some examples using one of each verb. Okay, we use say in order to say something to someone. For example, Enrique said that to me. We use tell for tell someone something, like Enrique told me that. And finally, the verb ask in order to say ask someone to do something. For example, Enrique asked me to do that. Thank you, Charlie. So, we can report more than statements. We can report questions, we can report requests and commands, and we can report another verbs. But let's see some examples of each one, and then we are going to move on to the practice. So let's check some examples of how to report questions. To report questions, we use the verb ask, and we have two ways to report it, using a WH question and a yes/no question. Okay, for WH questions, I can ask Charlie, where do you study for your exams? And then Charlie has to report that information using the WH question. Okay, now the reported version could be: Enrique asked me where I studied for my exam. So that's the reported version. Okay, so we need to use the same WH word in order to report that information. But remember, you need to use the verb ask. Now, in order to report yes/no questions, we have another structure. So let's see. For example, Enrique, do you play soccer in the school? Okay, so Charlie asked me whether or if I played soccer in the school. So that could be the reported speech version. So I need to use whether or if in order to answer that information. That is not like a question, but I'm reporting or informing this information to you, for example. That's why I'm reporting that information. Now, let's move on to the second part. We can report commands and requests. So, for example, imagine that Charlie's father is scolding him, and he says, "Do your homework." So now Charlie is talking with his friends. For example, he's saying to me that information, and he is going to say what his father said to him. For example, okay, my dad told me to do my homework. So that could be the reported speech version of that information. Okay, now imagine that Enrique is having problems with his mom, okay? Because he's talking to his friends, and the mother said, "Don't talk to your friends." He has to report that information. Okay. For example, my mom told me not to talk to my friends. Yes, that could be the example, right? Yes. So we need to use not to when we are using a negative command in order to express the report version of the direct speech. Now, in order to report a verb, we have this list that we can use in order to report a verb, and depending on the information that we want to express. I'm going to show you the entire chart in order to use the following structure depending on the sentence that we want to say. Okay, for example, here we have the structure, the verb, and example according to the chart. Now, we are going to introduce some of our friends in order to develop the following practice about reporting speech. Now, for this activity, the person who has this shirt is going to perform this personality or this character in this image. So, Enrique is going to report the situation that is happening, okay? But for this activity, you will need a notebook and a pencil or a pen. So, go for it. Nice. If you are ready, let's begin. Hey, Enrique, what time is it? Victor. Okay. The reporter's speech from that question is, take your time. Remember. Yes. Victor asked me what time it was. That's correct reported speech version of that question. Let's move on to the next one. Psst. Hey, Enrique, what's the capital of Bolivia? Huh? What? Did you pay attention? What did he ask me? Exactly. He asked me what the capital of Bolivia was. That's the correct reported speech version. Hey bro, I failed the languages exam yesterday. I got a 5. Really, man? If you want, I can help you. You know, I can speak 3 languages. Wait, what? What did he say? Good. If you said that Carlos said he could speak 3 languages, you are correct. Hey man, look. Is he our teacher? What? Did you ask me something? What did he say? If you answer, Cesar asked me if he was our teacher, well done, you have a good ear. Hey Miguel, how was your weekend? What did you do? Good. I spent the whole weekend playing video games. But now it's Monday and I don't like Monday mornings. What did you do about Mondays? If you answered that Miguel said that he didn't like Monday mornings, you are correct. But also, if you said that Miguel said he doesn't like Monday mornings, you are also correct. Hey, Enrique, remember that we need to get together to do the mathematics project. I forget it. I can't go with you. It's because I work at night. Really? Do you work at night? Yes. Could you tell me what did he ask me? Javier asked me if I worked at night. So if you had that answer, congratulations, you will have a 10. Thank you so much for your participation. Now it's time to add up your score because each statement counts 2 points. If you have all the statements correct, you will have a 10. Now, let's check it, and you can put your score down below in the comment section. So, let's wrap up the whole class.